there, Richard Rosa with Polishing Your Diamond, a personal development podcast. This is a podcast on personal development, really bite-sized chunks on how you can evolve and start making transformations on yourself. If you'd like to know more about me, then I do have a small bio on my website. Go to www.polishingyourdiamond.com. You will also be able to find my podcasts on iTunes and Spotify and many other podcast platforms. For anybody that prefers video, go over to YouTube. You'll also be able to find me on Instagram, IGTV, Facebook, LinkedIn, where there'll be snippets of my content, and then everything will be linked to my website. So today we're going to talk about gratitude. Now, I don't know if you can remember, but in the last episode I touched on gratitude and talked about questions that you should be looking at and asking yourself if you want to help change your focus and to change your emotional state. Today I thought I'd do an episode on gratitude, just because it's something that I talk about quite often. So I thought I'd do a sole episode with gratitude. And some of the key things that we'll talk about today are some of the benefits of gratitude, what little things we should be grateful about that sometimes we miss, how gratitude can help your mental health. And then we'll finish with some of the exercises that I generally finish with a little challenge at the end on how you can support yourself in being more grateful. Most of the time, we overlook a lot of the things we should be grateful for, or we could be one of those people that just thinks gratitude is a bit of lip service, because we don't see the things as necessary. We spend all day whining and crying about all of the things we don't have, while forgetting to express a little gratitude for the ones that we are fortunate to have. Yes, some days it's sunny and it's a good day, but then there are other days where they're not going so well, and they're the days where we feel little to no motivation. So we shouldn't allow that pessimism or ungratefulness to be the order of the day. It's toxic to our mind, to our body, and just overall well-being. A quick exercise before we move any further today. I want you to make a list of the best things you're grateful for, as well as the items that you wish you had. They're the two things I want you to make a little list of right now. You don't have to make a huge exhaustive list, just a few little items on that list would be good. So if you can, I want you to pause this podcast or the video if you're watching it through video, and then I want you to then make that list. You can either do it on your phone or with a piece of paper and pen, or on a computer, whatever you have access to. So quickly do that now, and then you can then press play again, and then we'll carry on. Just now that you've got your list, gratitude isn't just about the big stuff. Recognition is about being thankful for the small, trivial things that happen in our lives. You simply cannot breathe clean air if you keep fussing about what ifs and not being thankful for what is. So let us take a look at some of those things that we should be grateful that we sometimes miss out. Things that should keep us going when the times are tough. So I want you to come back to your list. What I want you to do is I want you to make a mark with the ones that you have from the list that I'm about to talk you through. And look, what I'm going to say now is not an exhaustive list. These are just some of the things that I think sometimes a lot of us forget about. I've done it myself sometimes as well. So in that list, did you put that you're grateful for breathing? Did you put that you were grateful for having eyes, being able to see, for ears, being able to hear? Did you have a roof over your head, a warm house? Have you been thankful for that before? Having access to the internet, having access to drinkable water. You know, these are little pleasures of like being able to take a walk, that you're alive. These are some of the small things that are the norm for us now, for a lot of us. But taking time to be grateful for these things in your life, the small but normal things, and look, the big things are okay to be grateful for, but I see them as more of a bonus. But those little things are the things that will help you improve your overall happiness and well-being. So these little things are like the norm, but taking time to be grateful for these things in your life, the small things and the normal things, as well as the bigger things, but I see them as more your bonus pieces. But those smaller things, you be grateful. Once you start to become more grateful for the smaller things that you forget sometimes, they're going to help you improve your happiness and your overall well-being. Although I mentioned how gratitude can help with your happiness and overall well-being, I'm going to break down some of the further benefits of it. Gratitude can really give you an avenue towards better relationships. According to a study carried out by Emotion in 2014, being a grateful person not only shows how well mannered you are, but also your appreciation and how that can help with new relationships and new friendships. Start by being more appreciative of the relationships you already have. Well, we forget sometimes. Gratitude can help you improve your physical health. Grateful people experience fewer physical aches and pains. This doesn't come as a surprise to me because a grateful person generally takes less time worrying about a bad experience and more about taking care of their overall well-being. Why? Well, because they are thankful for their health. Gratitude improves psychological health. So gratitude will always be an effective way to cast toxic emotions into the bin and inhale good vibes into your system. A thankful person is a happy person, and a happy person is well psychologically. Try being grateful for the little things and then watch yourself grow into a balanced human being. It's either that or you live a life of sorrow and pain. Gratitude enhances empathy and reduces aggressive behaviours. People that are grateful for things in their lives are more likely to act in a pro-social manner. So a person thankful for having a roof over their head, well, they'd probably find it easier to then support other people having shelter or giving them food. It enables you to embrace your surroundings and be more empathetic. Gratitude will let you go to bed feeling light as a feather. Never underestimate it. It plays positively on your self-esteem and it allows you to be more confident. Why? Because you are content and grateful for the things that you have. Now we're going to come to some of my favourite exercises to help with this. One of them I'm not going to go into great detail with because it's something we talked about in the last episode, but that is journaling. So that's writing down the things that you are grateful for, and you can either do that at night time before you go to bed or you can do it when you wake up in the morning. Like I said, it's in the last episode, so go over to that. But one thing that I will add today that could help with your journaling is 4 questions, and these are a great way to bring that gratefulness to the forefront of your mind by asking yourself these questions. And you can ask yourself these questions again in the evening, just before the day ends, or you can do it in the morning. I think at the end of the day is a good time to ask these questions. So one is, what touched me today? Or what touched you today? Who or what inspired me today? And then, what made me smile today? What's the best thing that happened today? Now, I'm going to go through these again. Question number 1, who touched you today? Yep. Secondly, who or what inspired you today? Number 3, what made you smile today? Or who made you smile? And then number 4, what's the best thing that happened to you today? Okay, so these are questions that you can ask yourself to help with understanding, okay, what was I grateful for today? If you're struggling with that, they're great questions you can ask yourself. Okay, so the next one that we've got is things that you take for granted. Imagine losing some of the things that you take for granted, such as your home, your ability to see, your ability to hear, your ability to walk. It could be anything that currently gives you some kind of comfort. You know, the coffee that you have in the morning. Then imagine getting each one of these back. That's going to show how grateful you are for these. And you can even do another exercise further to that, which I'm going to give you as a challenge afterwards. Taking things for granted. Imagine losing some of those things that you find as a comfort. The next thing you can do is putting things in perspective. So obviously, things won't always go your way. However, gratitude isn't an emotion that is reserved for those moments when you get what you want. When things go wrong, you can use the power of gratitude or release of those negative emotions that you may be feeling due to the failure or setback that you just experienced. After a negative event, putting these things in perspective by remembering that every difficulty carries with it seeds of an equal or greater benefit. When faced with adversity, ask yourself the following questions. What good came about this? What can I learn from this? How can I benefit from this? Is there something about this situation that I can be grateful for? And this one you might find is a bit of a shock, but it is something that can help if you do it right. Once in a while, think about death and loss. Contemplating endings really does make you more grateful for the life you currently have. Okay guys, so it's now time for the Polishing Your Diamond Challenge to finish the episode. So it's a very simple one today, but could be quite difficult. I'd be interested to see how many people really want to come on this journey. Give up something that you love or enjoy for the next 30 days. Let us know through social media on what the platform you're using right now, via the comments box, and I'll be doing this with you. So I'm going to give up sugar, including fructose and any other ingredients with added sugars in it for the next 30 days. That's it for today, everyone. Go to my website for more content and subscribe to polishingyourdiamond.com. You'll also be able to find my podcasts on iTunes and Spotify and many other podcast platforms. And for anyone who prefers video, go to YouTube. You'll also be able to find me on Instagram, IGTV, Facebook and LinkedIn, where there'll be snippets of my content, and then everything will be linked to my website. Remember, polish your diamond. This has been Richard Rosa. Stay safe and keep active.